Hi, my name is Victoria Smith. I'm a stress reduction coach here to help you stress less, perform better, and actually enjoy your daily life. Now, today on Stress Less Tuesday, we're going to be talking about stress and the coronavirus. Okay, so full disclosure right off the top, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse. Here's what I know about the coronavirus though. It's causing a lot of stress and a lot of panic. And I can see it whether I'm at the Walmart and they're completely out of hand gel, or I can see it on social media. Stress is on the rise because there's uncertainty, right? The coronavirus is something that we haven't seen before, something that we don't know a lot about. We don't know how long until we'll have the vaccine and all of this stuff. And so we're getting quite stressed and anxious and nervous about it. So here's 3 things that I want you to try in order to decrease the stress that you're maybe experiencing or those in your life are experiencing around the coronavirus. So first and foremost, you've got to edit the news sources that you're taking in. This is a hot button news item, and so everyone's covering it, and there's a lot of misinformation out there. So who do you want to look at? You want to look at the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, and you also want to look at the World Health Organization. Listen to what they are saying. They are the experts on what's going on. They're the ones on the ground, not just, your Auntie Linda or that random person on Twitter. You've got to listen to the true sources that know what they're talking about. If it makes you feel better to talk to someone that you actually know, talk to a nurse or a doctor in your community who actually has that medical background to give you the context that you need, okay? So first and foremost, edit those news sources so that you're not panicking unnecessarily. Number 2, again, we said this was something that people are feeling uncertainty about. And so when people feel uncertain or out of control, the most important thing is to look at what can you control in your life. So here's the number 1 thing that you can control. Wash your hands. One of the things I saw on Twitter the other day was a gentleman saying, I don't know why people are so concerned about washing their hands. This is a respiratory illness. Well, first and foremost, this is why you have to edit what you're reading and where you're reading it, because you and I both know that a respiratory illness, if you are coughing or sneezing or whatnot, those particles get out into the community, you touch them, you touch your face, you get sick, which is why hand washing, okay? Hot water and soap, 30 seconds, sing happy birthday twice. That's something that you can control. Now let's think about the other things that are going on that might help you feel a little bit more in control. We know that from an economic standpoint, the stock market is taking a crash. The phone is not looking great. So here's one of the things to be aware of. Are you going to retire in the near future? If you are, then I would say go and talk to your financial advisor and get their take on what you should or should not be doing. If you are not retiring anytime soon, we know from experience that the stock market will rebound, right? If I was to go and to look at my investment portfolio right now, I'd probably get a little bit of anxiety. But I know I'm not retiring for 30 to 40 years, so I've got lots of time. I'm not even going to look at it, right? Just something to be aware of. On the other side of things, markets and factories in China are not necessarily producing as much, or some of them are closed down entirely. So what are the products that you will need in the near future, right? Talk to your pharmacist. Is it likely? Do they recommend that you get renewals of your prescriptions? Are there certain products, like we did stock up on a little bit of extra children's Tylenol and children's Advil just in case there was a delay? We had plenty for myself and my husband, but just in case there was a delay, our kids are teething, they get all sorts of stuff going on, so we wanted to make sure we had enough of that. That was kind of all that we were looking at. What can you control? Right? So focus on those things and take action where needed. And for the rest of it, let it be, okay? Number 3, when you are feeling stress and anxiety, here's what's happening in your body. Your stress response happening in your limbic brain, your reptilian brain, is saying, flee, fight, all those things. It's panicking, right? Now, that means it raises your heart rate. It has you breathing quicker. And so sometimes when we're really anxious, we just feel our heart going like this, and we don't know how to calm it down. Well, here's what you can actually do to calm it down. Move your body. Raise your heart rate yourself. So whether that's going for a brisk walk or going for a run or going for some other workout, here's what happens when you raise your heart rate. You're then sending a signal to your brain, okay, she's fought the lion, he's fought the bear, whatever it is. And then when you start to, cool down after your workout, your brain and your body goes, okay, we've dealt with that stressor. Let's bring your system down. So you can trick your brain and your body into feeling less anxious By moving your body. So those are 3 things that I want you to think about in regards to stress and the coronavirus. 1, edit your media sources. Be really careful about what you're looking at. If media is stressing you out, take a little social media break, right? Number 2, I want you to look at the things that are within your control and that you need to take control of. There's a lot out of there that doesn't matter to us right now. There are things that you could, however, take control of. Wash your hands, right? If you're traveling anytime soon, maybe you postpone travel depending on where you're traveling to. Maybe you remote in for certain meetings. It entirely depends on your scenario, where you're traveling, what you're doing, but take control of the things that are within your ability. And number 3, when you're feeling that anxiousness and that tension, move your body, raise your heart rate so that it then sends that signal to calm the systems down. Okay, so that was today's Stress Less Tuesday. If you have any other stress less tips that you're wanting to see, leave us a comment below. I'm also going to be linking to some of the best videos and resources that I have seen on the coronavirus to date. Be aware I'm recording this on March 2nd, 2020, so this is something that's ever evolving and changing. But I think regardless of whether it is the coronavirus, something that happens in the news, a natural disaster, these are 3 things that can hold you in good stead regardless. So have a great day and stress less.